Before I start this video, I want to make a disclaimer. All right. Toys are your friends in the bedroom. Toys can add a different level of experience in the bedroom. Okay? Toys are not your enemy. They are your friend. All right, fellas? Now, with that being said, now that we have the disclaimer, now that y'all know that I don't hate toys, that I use them, this might be an unpopular opinion. I genuinely think you should not bring toys into the bedroom until you learn your partner's body. I said it, I meant it, and I know there are going to be a lot of women because I've talked to them personally. I've had relations with them personally who think that they can only get off when toys are brought into the bedroom. But here's the thing. Toys should be enhancing the experience. Toys should not be making the experience. Am I making sense? Am I like toys should not be the only way your fellas. This to you, by the way. Toys should not be the only way your partner gets off. And the reason why I'm bringing up this conversation is because I was talking to a young lady, and she was basically saying how like she needed toys to like finish in the bedroom. And when we were this was a long time ago, by the way. This was a very long time ago. Because I think it's very important when you're with your partner to talk about y'all's past. That might be another unpopular opinion, but I really think it's important that you two talk about your past, talk about what you've done, talk about what you like, etc. So she was telling me that the best guy that she's ever had, the only way she can get off is with toys, right? And the vibrator, to be specific. I don't know if I can say that on this video, but we're going to say it anyway. Specific when I say toys, I mean specifically a vibrator. And she was telling me that was the only way she can get off, right? And then we start actually talking about like the best she's had at that time. Um, and she like would tell me about the sex that they were having, and it was giving selfish. And I'll explain, because you might be thinking to yourself, wow, he's letting you use toys in the bedroom. He's being super adventurous. But what he was doing essentially was he was basically putting it in for, I'm not even exaggerating, he would put it in a few seconds, 2 minutes max, and 2 minutes is me being generous. 2 minutes is me being very generous. He would put it in for a few seconds, and then he would finish, and then he would like tell her to use the toy on herself. And to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please correct me if I'm wrong. It was giving no effort on his part to actually learn her body. It was giving no effort on his part to figure out how her body responded to his body. It was him going pumping for a few seconds, getting his, and then just basically telling her, "Hey, yo, go get your toy, use it on yourself, get yours." And because she was finishing herself off with the toy, in her head, she was like, "Oh my God, he just cares about my pleasure so much. Like he's so open minded, and he's not scared of me using the toy." And I'm telling her, and I was like, "Hey, look, I just want you to know, like, it's not gonna be like that when we get down. Like I'm gonna like last longer than a few seconds. I'm gonna like personally, I'm gonna go down on you until you get yours. I'm gonna try every technique I know with my tongue and my fingers, and we're gonna figure this thing out And then once we figure that out, then we'll go to me dropping the brown sugar BBC off in your guts. Well, I'm gonna put it in. You gonna feel it in your heart. You gonna feel it in your chest, and we gonna try different angles, and we gonna try different rhythms and speeds, and I'm gonna get you off that way. And then once I've mastered both, once I figured out how to like almost make you finish on command, then we can bring in toys. Cause for me, the last thing I want to do is be put in a situation where you think you can only finish with your vibrator, and I don't know, we go on like a road trip or something and you forget to bring it, or we go somewhere and you forget to bring it, and now you can't finish. What if we want to get nasty? What if we, I don't know, shopping at some kind of mall and there's a dressing room, and I want to bend you over the dressing room, and I just want to get you off real fast. We can't, cuz we didn't bring the toy. What if, I don't know, what if we in a parking lot, we went to the mall or something, we in the parking lot, we stuck in the car cuz it's raining hard. And I'm just like, you know what? Since we in the car waiting, we might as well since we in the car, we might as well get nasty. And you can't get off because we didn't bring your toy. Like, I don't want to be put in those situations. So I went on that tangent because in her head, she was like, he's so caring, he's so thoughtful that he's like allowing me to use a toy on myself. But I'm seeing it for how it really is. And once again, let me know in the comment section. It's given he just wants to get his and then just leaving you by yourself to masturbate. And like he wasn't even like watching. He wouldn't talk her through it. He would just be like, go get your vibrator. And he might watch for a few seconds, or he might go to the bathroom and wash himself off, or whatever the case may be. And that's it. They be watching TV, or he be smoking, and she's just playing with herself with the toy. Just not really engaged. He's not talking to her or nothing. He's just like, okay, go ahead and use it and get yourself off. And I'm like, that's not him caring about yours at all. That's him getting his and then just leaving you by yourself. So, I, as a dom, and I don't even think this is like a dom thing. As your partner, you should want to learn your partner's body. You should want to please them. And I make this video not too long ago, but I talk about how learning your partner's body, being able to make them finish easily, is going to open up so many avenues in terms of your rewards for your system, your dom sub dynamic, and punishments. So, I don't want us to rely on, I don't want us to have to need toys to get our partners off. I want us to be able to enhance the experience. I want us to be able to give our partners an amazing experience, get our partners off, and then the toys add another layer to that experience. So once you learn your partner's body, once you know what gets them off, then I say we can introduce toys. Then we can, and by the way, I want to make this very clear. It should not take long. It should not be taking you, I mean, honestly, it depends on how long you guys are seeing each other. Like, if you're seeing each other on a daily basis, it should not take you longer and this is like assuming you guys are going at it every day, it should not take you longer, give or take a week. That's me being super generous. That's me being super generous. Because if I'm being 100% honest with you, and I'm not like I don't want to. How do I say this without from my standards? From my standards, it doesn't take me more than 3 rounds to figure out what's going on. It doesn't take me longer than 3 rounds to figure out, okay, this is what I need to do to get her here. And then after the third round, once I figure it out, now it's just me getting better at doing it. Right. And 3 rounds is like I'm not gonna like tell y'all like how many women I've been with, but I like it's that's like she's like like from my experience. Let's say I've been with 10 women, eight. Eight all think it's like super hard to get off. Eight think there's some kind of condition, some kind of like magical potion, magic. It's impossible to get them off or whatever the case may be. Like 8 out of like 10 women I've been with think that. The other 2 out of 10 are like, yeah, I can finish or whatever, no problem. Like this just it just is what it is. 8 out of 10 think it's like super duper hard. And then like I spend time to get to know their bodies. The 8 out of 10 women, and like it really doesn't take more than a round or two. If I'm being 100% honest with you, it doesn't take more than a round or two. And there's been one woman where it took like 3 rounds for me to like genuinely figure out what was going on. Because for me it was like, and I'm just gonna put it out there because this is YouTube. I love yapping on YouTube. I love yapping on YouTube. I don't know what was going on, but the first round, like the very very first round we did the deed. Um, I was going down on her, and there was like a time limit, by the way. This wasn't like the way the conditions were set up. We couldn't just go at it all night. I had to go to work the next morning. So like I was going down on her, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm close," and then like I would keep doing it, and she'd be like, "Oop, never mind, it went away." And then I would go down, I keep doing it, and then she'd be like, "Oop, never mind, it went away." And I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm being consistent with this. We're gonna try again like tomorrow. I gotta go to work, and I'm going down on her again. And by the way, fellas, you should when you're like trying to make your woman finish, I feel like the easiest way to do that is by going down on her. So that's always my blueprint. That's always where I'm going to tell the tale. That's always where I'm going to start out at, etc., etc. Second round, um, this was so long ago, I can't remember, but I didn't do it second round. And then the third round, I'm going down on her, and I'm not even exaggerating. I want to say like 5 or 6 times. Like I want to say like 5 or 6 times. She was like, "I'm close. Oop, never mind. I'm close. Oop, never mind." And then the seventh time, it finally happened. And then after that, barbecue chicken, cookies and cream. After that, barbecue chicken, cookies and cream. Every t- at the seventh time, boom, it happened. I made her finish 2 more times right after that. And then every time I went down on her afterwards, it was like I cracked the code. It was no longer an issue. So I tell that story because I was going to say like you shouldn't be introducing toys till you learn your body, till you learn her body, and I didn't want people to be like, well, that could take like months or whatever. No, it really shouldn't take that long. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. If you guys are seeing each other every day, if you're doing the nasty, I'll give you a week. If you're not learning it within a week, I need you to do your research. I need you to do your due diligence. I need you to like thoroughly explore. Don't ego it. Don't try to go in. I know what I'm doing is going to happen. Ask questions. Try new things. Don't be scared to fail. Please do not be scared to fail. So, and then we can bring in toys. Right? That's when we can bring in the rope. That's when we can bring in the hand, which by the way, people they say like restraints, like there's a difference between like restraints and toys. To me, they're all the same thing. You can jump rope. You can jump rope. And like technically they are different, like restraints and toys are different, but like there's still like items that you bring into the bedroom or whatever the case may be. But um yeah. One and then once you can bring toys in. And how you use those toys really is up to you. So like for example, like one of the things I like to do like during missionary, I'll be stroking it missionary, and then like I'll like rub her. I don't know if I can say clit on YouTube. I don't know, but I'll rub it while stroking it missionary, or like while she's on top, and then like after doing that consistently for a few seconds, for a few minutes, they finish, and then I might then instead of like using my thumb, I might take the wand, and while I'm stroking it, use the wand while I'm stroking it, and that would also get the same result, right? Um, it's a little bit more intense for sure, but like that's like me using the toy on her. You never, I mean, you can like there are scenarios where you might want to watch each other, whatever the case may be. There's nothing wrong with that, but in the scenario I gave you earlier where the guy just got his and then just like here use it on yourself, like I fellas, I would much rather you use it on her. I would much rather you take the toy and put it on her and control the settings and move it around, and by the way, we're talking about a vibrator, by the way. And use your fingers and be engaging with it. Kiss on her while you do it. Excuse me. Like try different positions with it. Right? She doesn't just have to be on her back. You can make her get on all fours. Right? You can put it on her, spank her while you do it. Use your fingers while you do it. Pull her hair while you do it. Right? You guys could be like, you might like to be public. You could get a Bluetooth, have it via Bluetooth, and every time she has to talk to someone, turn it on. Every time she is disobedient, turn it on, right? And like build that up. And then if she behaves, you let her get one off. Or you could just be a nice little build up till you get your hands on her. But I don't want us just being lazy and then just telling them, here, go play with yourself. I got mine. Or, you know what, this is hard. I can't do it. Here, take it. Just figure it out. Like I don't want that for us. Right? So, I'm hoping y'all are understanding what I mean when I say toys are your friend, but we shouldn't be relying on them. I hope I want y'all to genuinely get to know y'all's partner's body and not rely on them. Okay? I hope this video makes sense. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I mean, the moral of the story was like toys are your friends. We should use them, but we shouldn't depend on them. We should use them to elevate the experience, not make the experience. Um, Just let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Once again, we're monetized. I absolutely love that. And I have people that watch all of my videos and comment on all of my videos, and I just want y'all to know I am very grateful. Very grateful. And once I make it big, I all my day ones, I want y'all to know we are doing something. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But we're definitely gonna all do something together and celebrate the success together because I wouldn't be able to do it without y'all. So I really do appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all later.